concerned, you know, let's just imagine the Beatles. Paul McCartney could turn out to be a mad axe murderer. I'm not going to stop listening to Hey Jude.
Well, for me, I think that, you know, as a rapper, there's many rappers that sort of have criminal backgrounds. I'm not saying that I do. That's not something that I have at all. But it's like some of my favorite rappers do have criminal backgrounds, and I'm not going to stop listening to them because it is that. Say, for example, 50 Cent, I mean, he's been to jail. I'm not going to not listen to his music. But I do think that for me personally, with the R. Kelly case and with things surrounding, you know, it's not making out that one crime is necessarily any worse or any better than any others. But for me, R. Kelly and anything to do with harming children and anything like that, it's a no-no. I mean, R. Kelly's made some of the greatest music that the world's seen. We know this, we can all agree this. But for me personally, I just think, I can't condone what he's done. And I think that his music, I'm not saying it should be taken down off of streaming platforms or anything like that. I think it should be left to the public, to us as the people, to choose whether we want to continue to listen to his music or not. But for me personally, I can't see myself really engaging in listening to any more of R. Kelly songs. If I'm honest, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah,
but
it's come off your place.
I don't think that the streaming platform should take the music down, because you start doing that, then it's like, where does it stop? I mean, are they going to take all criminals' music down? So it is a sensitive one, but for me personally, as I say, anything to do with children, it's just like, that's a no-no. So R. Kelly, no, he's X'd out of the game for me personally.
Although, Zuby, aren't we all a bit hypocritical given the fact that whenever Michael Jackson is played in a nightclub or at a wedding, we hit the dance floor pretty quickly?
Well, I think this particular issue is interesting because R. Kelly has been shady for decades. In 1994, he married Aaliyah, an illegitimate marriage, when she was just 15 years old. About 20 years ago, there was that entire situation with him and another minor girl, which was caught on camera, and he went on trial, but he somehow managed to get away with it. I mean, I think for anyone who's really been paying attention in the music world, people have known that R. Kelly is shady and has been doing criminal stuff with underage people for a very long time. It's interesting that this conversation is happening again. I mean, I guess this time he's actually been sentenced and justice has actually been served. But I think if people were going to cancel R. Kelly, they would have done it 20 plus years ago. Now, I totally agree that it is a personal choice if people choose to continue to listen to his music or not. I mean, I know there are people who haven't been listening to his music for the past 20 years. They weren't waiting for this official sentencing, but that was already happening. This is a situation where so-called cancel culture is justified, right? Like, I'm not saying that there should be a formal move to pull his music or should be boycotted or anything like that. But if someone makes a personal choice that, you know what, I do not want to be listening to and supporting and ultimately financing through my streams or through my purchases someone who has been doing all this activity, then this is a perfectly reasonable and understandable one. However, I think that choice is very much just up to individuals. That's for them to draw their own line and to take their own position. And that's not just unique to this individual artist, but any type of artist, any content that's out there. I think it's up for each person to draw their line of what they're morally okay with.